I am a relatively healthy, young, 24-year-old dude, and my lung collapsed on me last Saturday. I have been vaping and smoking weed for over a decade, and it finally caught up on me, and I have learned my lesson.
My mom died of lung cancer, and I still smoke this.
I would wake up, first thing I did was hit my vape. I would finish my meal, first thing I did was vape. All throughout the day, from the moment I wake up to the moment I was sleeping, this thing was surgically attached to my hand.
Vaping. I genuinely think vaping is one of the fastest addictions Gen Z has ever normalized. Like, when did this even happen, bro? It just feels like one day we went to bed, we woke up, and suddenly vaping was a thing. Suddenly people stopped asking, do you have chewing gum on you? Do you have breath mints on you? Now it's like, yo, let me hit your vape real quick. And somehow that is considered normal in today's day and age. Like, I know people who can leave their house without their wallets. They can leave their house without their charger, without their freaking house keys. But if they forgot their vape, bro, like, the whole day is ruined for them. Like, the whole day is cancelled. I want you to think about how insane that is. Let that sink in for a minute. And before somebody gets mad, no, I'm not saying every person that vapes is doomed to eternal damnation or anything. I'm just saying that Gen Z has somehow managed to turn nicotine into the equivalent of carrying around an emotional support item. Like, bro, make it make sense. And the funny part is that some people who are addicted to vapes, when they wake up in the morning, they do not even say good morning. They do not even check if they can talk. They do not check if they can even walk. The first thing they do after waking up, they hit that vape. Bro, what? And here's the scary part. Vaping wasn't even supposed to become this new addiction. It was designed with the intention to help smokers quit cigarettes. And somehow, it ended up creating an entirely new generation of nicotine addicts that never smoked a day in their life. And honestly, that's impressive if you ask me, but in the worst way possible. Like, we could have been the first generation that were not addicted to nicotine. Cigarettes were already dying out. Then one day, a random guy decided to reinvent the cigarette or make the smoke flavored. Bro, what were you thinking? Like, honestly, yeah, let's talk about this. How did he think that vaping was gonna make things better? Especially since the nicotine that is found in a vape is the equivalent of like an entire box of cigarettes. Why? Like, how did you think that was gonna help? Bro, you just made things worse. You just made nicotine even more accessible to kids, because people in middle school are literally vaping right now. Everybody vapes, bro. Every friend group has that one guy who asks for a vape, who hit the vape, then he'll come back 2 minutes later asking if he can hit the vape again. Bro, school bathrooms are not even safe. They've become an unofficial vaping lounge. You would walk in needing to pee and you're gonna leave the bathroom smelling like blue raspberry ice. Like, bro, no place is safe. If you go to parties, people vape. You go to clubs, people vape. Even in cars, people vape. Not even family gatherings are off limits because somehow somebody's cousin is outside hitting a watermelon iced disposable vape or some shit. You know what makes vaping different from cigarettes? Cigarettes actually force you to quit. They force you to stop, because to smoke a cigarette is really inconvenient. You have to go outside. You have to find a lighter to light your cigarette. You have to finish your cigarette and you have to throw it away properly to avoid causing a fire or anything. That's effort. That could be stressful for some people. That's why they quit. But a vape, however, a vape is so accessible, bro. It's like a tiny flash drive. It's literally in your pocket waiting. Every 5 minutes your brain goes, yo, bro, why don't you hit one of that? You know, just a little bit. It's not gonna hurt. And you be like, okay. Then suddenly you start taking 300 hits. By the end of the day, you've taken like 400 or 500 hits of a vape. Like, bro, without even realizing it, you've just taken 500 different hits of nicotine. And that is honestly crazy. And honestly, it's sad, but that's why these stories keep popping up online. 20-year-olds, 24-year-olds end up in hospitals with collapsing lungs, breathing problems. And it's not because they've smoked for 40 years of their life, no, but because something that everybody says is just a vape is harmless. It turns out that it wasn't as harmless as people thought. And I'm just stating the fact. At least back in the day, in the commercials, they were honest with the side effects of smoking. You always see someone tell you smoke at your own risk. Smokers are liable to die young. I mean, it's even written on the box sometimes. But the thing with vapes, yeah, vapes are marketed as this safer, cheaper, better alternative to smoking. And honestly, that's just sad. That is honestly just sad. If you're addicted to vaping, please seek help before it's too late. Honestly, this video isn't even about vaping. It's about how easy it is is for an entire generation to normalize something just because everyone else is doing it. Because I know that nobody wakes up wanting to be addicted to anything. It just starts with curiosity. It starts when that one friend offers you a hit of their vape and you say, you know what, it can't be that bad. Let me just try one hit. And that's literally it. That's the story. That's GG's, bro. Before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle and you're stuck in a loop and you can't quit. I want to use this opportunity to say, if you vape, bro, I'm not here to clown on you. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm not here to preach. Addiction is addiction, and addiction is a serious topic. It's really bad. But if you're still at the point where you can still quit, you know you want to quit, the chances are future you is going to be really glad that you quit. You can start today. Stop procrastinating. Put down that vape, bro, please.